poverty said, please let us remain alive, because if you eliminate us, then the people will get lazy, and they won't do anything to keep themselves from becoming poor. One of the stories that we tell in the wintertime and share with our people is the story of the two boys, sometimes referred to as the hero twins, but in reality they were actually cousins. Their mothers were cousins, and so that made them cousins as well. But the two of them journeyed to their father, which is referred to as Juhanae, and but the actual words in ceremonial settings, and because the name was so sacred, they wouldn't give the name to the father. They would refer to him as he that watches us by sunlight. And so it is that the teachings about the boys and why they made that journey was because there were monsters on the surface of Mother Earth, and they were killing and destroying the Dene. And so they made their journey to the father so that they could get weapons and some means to destroy these monsters. And so they returned with the weapons and destroyed many of the monsters. And these monsters are actually a lot of different negative things that we do as people that tend to destroy us and destroy our families and destroy our lives. And so when they returned, they went about destroying all these monsters. But they let some of them, the monsters that were destroying people at the time, to remain alive. And they gave their reasons. And one of them, of course, was poverty. They said, poverty said, please let us remain alive, because if you eliminate us, then the people will get lazy, and they won't do anything to keep themselves from becoming poor. And so it was that poverty was allowed to live. And then other things like old age. The old age argued that if they eliminated old age, that nobody would ever get old, and pretty soon there would be no room for people on the surface of Mother Earth. And so old age was allowed to live, and so that's why we live to an old age, and then we continue on into the next world. Then the other monsters in that, such as cold weather. It was that we could make ourselves healthy enough that we could live through the cold weather. And so it is that in our language, when we count the years that we are alive, we say Honachai, which means you're winter old. And so it is that's how the way that we refer to as an annual life period. Then we have also the other monsters that was left to live, and one of them was lice, the little bugs that would infest your body surface. And that one there begged and pleaded. It says, "Let us live so that the Dene will learn to keep themselves clean, and that they'll wash their body and wash their hair with yucca every so often, so that they never get dirty or never get lice or any type of diseases and that would infect their body." And so the lice was allowed to live. And then there are other monsters in that, and one of them was stupidity. Tisha is sometimes what they call it, but that was also allowed to live. And so it is that the stupidity, when they begged to be allowed to live, they gave their reasons. They said that people should be allowed to learn from their own stupidity, that the things that their actions that get them into trouble, so that they know that they have to improve. Without stupidity, that people would just be constantly doing things that would not be productive, and then things that they could not learn from. And so they allowed stupidity to remain alive. But there are other monsters than that the two brothers or two cousins allowed to live. And but I think it is up to us, as what we are told, to find these monsters in our lives and to learn how to eliminate them. And those are the things that we are told.